let's get into SmackDown Xtreme.
SmackDown Xtreme. And then fucking just the SmackDown intro and then an X randomly popping up every 2 seconds over the intro video.
I thought this was canceled, like, you know,
that was just not happening.
Because they show the SmackDown logo with a big X over it. I'm like, all right, is this show over? What's going on here?
The funniest part was the part in the intro where Rikishi drops his big fucking ass on us and there's an X over it.
That is funny.
So it opens up to the arena here in Columbus, Ohio, and there are just signs everywhere. I mean, this thing is full of signs, and most of them are pretty cool.
So fucking many signs. There's this is Ovaltron era still, so they have like the SmackDown logo in the middle, but there's an X over that as well. There's an X over anything that has the SmackDown logo all over the building. Michael Cole welcomes us to the Xtreme, WWF SmackDown Xtreme. Of course, we come to you from the Nationwide Arena in Columbus, Ohio, on that night where Kurt Angle will defend the WWF title against the People's Champion, The Rock. And King says, we're going to get extreme tonight. Also,
you know where things get extreme.
I mean, that is the madhouse of Xtreme.
Xtreme!
Down in Ohio.
Cole also says Rikishi and Haku meet The Undertaker and Kane in a first blood match.
But like, holy shit, that has to be one of the worst matches of all time, right? Like,
yeah, my thought was they were going to walk into the ring and start shoot punching each other until they bled.
Yes, dude,
it was like, sort of different, but we'll talk about it.
They went hard enough for me.
They went hard, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have the Hardy Boyz versus the Dudley Boyz tables match for the WWF Tag Team titles starting the show here. Bubba immediately backs Jeff into the corner, rips his shirt off, and chops the shit out of him.
You know, we're just going hard here.
The Hardy Boyz fire back with a poetry in motion, but Devon comes in and breaks it up.
Dude, Devon ran in, clothesline Matt, and he tried to like keep his arm out after clotheslining Matt to clothesline Jeff, but he didn't fully commit, so Jeff kind of takes a shitty bump and seizure sells for him in the ropes.
I like that sell.
Yeah, I do too.
So the Dudleys then hit an electric chair neck breaker double team move, which was very cool.
Super cool. I don't know. I think that's in some game. I don't like. It might be in like the GameCube games that actually.
no,
So Bubba then tells Devon to get the tables, if you can believe that. Bubba then lays Jeff on a table, but Matt grabs his foot, so Jeff low blows him by running up to him and punching him right in the nuts.
Yeah, he doesn't crotch him on the top, of course. That's what you would expect. He runs up and punches him in the balls.
So Jeff tries to Frankensteiner Bubba through the table, but Devon moves the table.
Smart.
This then starts a string of them moving the tables from each other, which is a pretty interesting way to take this tables match.
One of my favorite things ever is when they send somebody off and the crowd yells 3D and then they don't do it. They go for something completely
shoulder
different.
tackle or something.
They went for a flapjack and Jeff moved the table there. Yeah.
Look out, Matt Hardy off the ropes. Oh, no table.
So Jeff tries to swanton Devon through the table, but gets cut off by Bubba. Bubba goes to superplex Jeff through the table. So Matt Hardy runs up and gets on the turnbuckle across from them, and then leg drops the table in the center of the ring, breaking it with nobody on it.
This is fucking nuts. I thought I was trying to, as this is set up, because it's, you know, they're diagonal from each other in the corners, I guess opposite corners you could say, and I'm trying to figure out, like, do they try Power and Glory here or something, and then I was like, oh, maybe Devon cuts Matt off and they both teams get a superplex through the same table so it doesn't count.
Oh, that'd be
it was like
cool.
a wash or like a draw.
Like
the last thing I thought was that Matt Hardy was going to leg drop the table himself. That's not what I
Dude,
fucking
ass first
expected.
through the table, tailbone
And
probably
then he
felt
no-sells it
amazing.
and just gets out of the ring,
gets
Tony.
right
Like,
back
yeah,
up.
he doesn't give a fuck.
King is talking, like, he is horned out
Oh
tonight.
my God.
King is blonde hair, not real hair. And then he asks about Jeff's hair for the carpet matches the drapes. On his rainbow hair. He wants to know if Jeff Hardy has rainbow pubes for some reason.
Tony,
don't
he is
know.
sitting there in an XFL jersey.
While there's this sweet tables match going on, and Matt Hardy going ass first through the table. I wonder what his pubes are like. Huh.
And then, dude, Tony, when Bubba got crotched on the top, when Jeff got crotched on the top by Bubba to set up for the superplex, King says, "Oh, right in the carpet." He landed pubes first. No! Fuck no!
So Bubba then superplexes Jeff. This is right after Matt jumps through this table butt first and then runs out of the ring.
Out of a video game. Like, that's what I would do in a video game and try and break it up.
So yeah, Bubba superplexes Jeff and the table's already broken. So the match is not over. I thought that was...
I'm still on the table, by the way.
Yeah, through the broken table.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, that is super creative. I think that it's very, very funny that Matt Hardy put himself through a table and then just got up immediately. You can jump from the tippy top rope all the way to the center of the ring, doing your finisher to yourself, and it does not hurt.
Huh. Got it.
So superplex, Matt then throws Devon into a ladder on the outside as the Hardy Boyz set up 2 tables by the ladder.
Now, I wonder if this hurts.
Matt then climbs the ladder and he goes to leg drop Devon, but Bubba stops him. Devon then climbs the ladder with Matt. Then Bubba, I thought, what are they doing here?
This... At no point. I mean, I kind of figured it out. But
my thought, which would have been unbelievable, by the way,
okay,
was that Bubba was going to back body drop Jeff over them and the ladder through the 2 tables.
Dude, that would have been gnarly. That could have happened. He could have made that work.
Dude, because there's a spot here in a minute where he takes a back body drop and he damn near touched the ceiling.
That's fucking true.
Yeah, I definitely thought that could have been the finish. I mean, Jeff is definitely the type of dude, I will take that.
That does not happen, does it?
No. So Bubba just essentially throws Jeff head first.
Lawn dart.
Into both of them on the ladder. They fall off the ladder and then land on the table barely, and it does not break.
Dude. So what, I went, because I was like, how did this fuck up? Because both of them go and smash both of their fucking heads into the table, and the table just flips. So I think
it's like they slide or something.
The ladder didn't tip over. I think it was supposed to tip over, and they were going to go with it. So they were G'd up to like jump off the step as it tipped, but it doesn't.
Yeah.
So they get tripped on the rung of the ladder and both fucking land on their head on the table. Also, was that going to be the end of the match?
No, because that was supposed to be a double table spot and nobody wins. You know what I mean? Like
they would have said, and the match continues because this.
Yeah, okay, sure.
But yeah, you're right. They were trying to ride the ladder down, and then they couldn't ride it, so they just like jumped, and then they both ate shit.
Smashed both of their fucking heads. By the way, I like the idea that it was supposed to end the match, and this next part they had to come up with on the fly.
So the match continues because 1, the table did not break; it just tipped over. 2, it wouldn't have ended because it wasn't a move or something. They would have come up with something. And 3, they have to go to the stage where they're going to fucking do this incredible spot, man. It's awesome.
Okay, do you have any recollection of this?
No, I don't think so.
Like, why is this not replayed forever? Must have been his pubes.
No.
Oh.
Sit down, buddy.
I'm standing.
You look insane in that XFL jersey.
You want to see mine?
So Bubba beats up Jeff. He takes him up the ramp. There's 2 tables beside the stage with some wires on it and a cup of
That's
coffee.
Production table. That's a production table.
This is a production table. You can tell by the 2 coiled wires.
It's wires that are still like wrapped up. They're not used. Like, it's a spool of wires and a cup of coffee and a little drape. This is a production table here.
So they fight up the ramp to the screen on the stage, and I'm thinking in my head, what are they possibly going to do here? Because my thought was when they were pressing up against the screen that they were going to do something at the screen.
Yes.
But then they go towards the stage even more to the side. Bubba tries to toss Jeff off the side, but Jeff escapes, and then Jeff low blows Bubba.
Of course.
I was like, okay, maybe a spear. Bubba then grabs Jeff, and then Bubba bombs him off the stage through 2 tables.
This is fucking crazy. Like, there's probably like, I thought it was going to be powerbomb because that's what he was doing, you know, the fucking sit out. I thought it was powerbomb through the tables. No way was I thinking these two dudes, after Matt Hardy just leg dropped himself ass first through a table on his own, that these two guys were going off a stage ass first together through 2 tables.
This was very cool. It's quite a drop there too. So on the camera it looked awesome. They replayed like 9 different angles to the point where Jerry Lawler was like, "What is this? The fucking Super Bowl? How many times do we have to fucking see this?
Check on his carpet.
Sit down, sir."
Dude, they show it a million times. You're right. And Bubba either hurt his ass or it hurt when Jeff Hardy landed on his balls because he is screaming in pain as the refs are helping Jeff up first.
I thought this was awesome, man. I really enjoyed this match. Of course, the Dudley Boys win because Bubba's the one that did the move. Even though they both went through the table, Bubba is the giver of the move and not the receiver. Exactly. Very cool. I enjoyed this a lot. Great opener.
Fucking super creative stuff. Would have liked Matt and Devon not to have smashed headfirst through the table off a ladder. That always sucks. But fun fucking match. Dangerous shit as usual. I enjoyed it.
So Stone Cold is watching the match, drinking a Steve Weiser.
Pissed. What the fuck they doing? What am I gonna do now?
That was my spot. Set up for no way out.
Jump ass first through a table.
Dude, I was more shocked that Steve was here at call time. What the hell's going on?
Oh yeah, that's good. He's not arriving to the building right now.
Yeah, he's here and he's in the locker room already. Like he's been watching the show.
Dude, he's already like 5 Steve Weisers deep at this point. Yeah.
Figured I'd show up early because I gotta take a shit.
So we go backstage. Jeff is being checked on by the EMTs. Hell of a match. Lita comes up on the screen. Huge pop. She is so over right now.
Dude, yeah, you're right.
And Matt tells her, just worry about your match. Like, we'll figure this out.
Yeah, she said, whoa, guys, that was totally crazy. Guys, that was SmackDown Xtreme. You guys all right?
Matt gives her the Stewie Griffin head turn. So we have a video package here. Vince McMahon talks about Stone Cold versus Triple H at No Mercy. They had a contract signing here recently.
Yes, so the idea is that Austin and Triple H are going to face off here. Oh, is it I fucking wrote No Way Out. Is it No Mercy?
Oh, it's probably No Way Out. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It is No Way Out. They got that 3 stages of hell match coming up, right?
Oh, sure. Okay. So yeah, on Raw, they're going to sign a contract to bind Triple H and Stone Cold to a match that'll happen on No Way Out. Both individuals agree that there can be no physical acts of aggression until the match. So Austin and Triple H sit down. They sign these. Well, Austin signs the contract. Triple H is lawyer there, and he has his lawyer look it over. And JR says, if looks could kill, Austin would be on death row. I thought that was an awesome line.
It is a great line.
Austin comes over to talk shit to Triple H as he's talking to his lawyer. So Triple H signs it, or so we thought.
Dude, he takes the contract and walks over to his lawyer and then just like,
sign it. So Triple H signs it, and Austin goes to walk away. And Triple H fucking picks up a briefcase and smacks him in the head with it and knocks him out. And JR's flipping out in commentary as Triple H is kicking his ass. JR says, Triple H just lost 6 months of his career. Does he hate Austin that much? So Triple H hits the pedigree on Austin, and Vince says, you've been suspended for 6 months, pal. And Triple H says, nuh-uh, I never signed anything.
Oh, so shit.
Like, he feigned signing the contract, kicked Austin's ass, and then he signs the contract. And I was like, oh, that was actually pretty fucking clever. I actually thought that was awesome. And Triple H says, Austin 316, huh? Well, paragraph 316 says, pal, you can't touch me.
Paragraph 316, subsection E says, brother.
And in WWE documentaries, Vince Russo will say that paragraph 316 had signs all over the place on the next Raw.
It was one of the biggest movements in Raw history.
And that's how we knew he was the game.
So Steve Austin is pissed because he just saw the footage play again because he's just watching the TV show.
Son of a bitch.
All right, so SmackDown is brought to you by Wiener Protein. I'm sorry. SmackDown is brought to you by Wiener Protein, Chef Boyardee overstuffed beef ravioli, And Sega.com, the ultimate online SmackDown where only the strongest thumbs survive, which is pretty crazy.
Wow.
So we got Lita versus Jacqueline versus Ivory. That match is for the WWF Women's Championship, I believe.
Well, you're almost right, James. It is, as Tony Chimmel says, for the WWF Women's Championship.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't know how to say women's, I guess.
Was it called the WWF Women's Championship?
It was definitely women's.
Women's Championship. It's women's. Tell them it's women's. Is it women? Not woman's. Women's, not woman's. Women's Championship.
And she comes down here and immediately gets double teamed by Jacqueline and Lita, who are popping off Hardy Boyz moves.
They get out of the ring during Ivory's entrance to kick her ass.
So Jacqueline hits a sidewalk slam on Lita. Lita then hits an up and over and a side Russian leg sweep. Lita takes off her shirt, goes to the top, hits a Lita salt. The crowd's going nuts. I mean, she is super over right now. And then Ivory throws Lita out of the ring after the Lita salt and covers Jacqueline for the 3 to retain the title.
Dude, she threw Lita out of the ring so hard that, like, Lita, it looked like she hit every part of the ropes and the ring that you could.
That was nasty.
Like a pinball.
Dude, unbelievably.
So we go backstage. Triple H and Stephanie walk into their locker room. And would you know, this was the same locker room that Steve Austin was in earlier.
Ah, of course. Yeah, they find all of Austin's beers all over. And Triple H says, it was that damn Austin. And he smacks the cans all over the place. Because obviously that will help not only with the situation, but with the smell of beer all over the room.
All over the floor, soaking in.
And you hear a toilet flush. And Austin walks out of the bathroom in the room holding a beer. He drinks beer while he shits. And Austin comes out holding this beer, and he walks up to Triple H and Stephanie, and he says, hey, Triple H, hey, Steph, what's going on? And Triple H says, what the hell are you doing here? And Austin says, oh, I'm not here to antagonize you at all. You got a force field around you. I can't do nothing. And Triple H says, that's a load of crap. You're not going to get me suspended. And Austin says, speaking of crap, my stomach was rumbling a little bit ago. I had to use your facilities. Facility? But it's okay, because I wiped the rim for my protection. What does that mean?
So the WWF Slam of the Week is presented by Dynamic Muscle Builder by
who? Tony?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
Wiener. Because it's like Wiener. So the Wiener result Slam of the Week is Edge couldn't compete last week in a tag team match, so Edge had Kai and Tai face the Dudley Boys.
3D! Dude, this is, so for those that aren't aware, this is the Kai and Tai era where they are evil and they are doing the voiceovers, which was very over.
It was so over, yeah.
Yeah.
They're a big part of the tag division right now. They're like on every show every week right now.
Yeah, that's true.
So Edge and Christian Town Hall here. Edge slides into the ring and humps the ground, just unbelievable style.
Do you think maybe Viscera got inspiration from this?
I mean, the way he was putting it down on the mat was nuts. Someone has to be inspired.
Maybe Edge got inspiration from watching Viscera's work in the back.
Oh, maybe. Maybe they inspired each other.
Inspiration all around here in the SmackDown Xtreme era. So, as you said, Edge and Christian are here at Town Hall. Cole says, Edge and Christian were issued a challenge here tonight, but we don't know who by.
So Christian is here with big sunglasses and beanie.
Gigantic pink glasses. It's a crazy look. And Christian says, you'll have to forgive us if we're not in the best of moods today, because we showed up today only find out we've been put in one of the toughest matches of our career. And I know this is SmackDown Xtreme and everything, but come on, this is ridiculous. Christian is, I mean, these guys are great, by the way.
They are awesome. I love these
guys.
dudes.
Are fucking fantastic. And Edge says, it's okay, Christian, be strong. And he says, first of all, we'd like to thank you all for that rousing ovation. The crowd boos, of course. Unfortunately, it could be the last one we ever hear. And the crowd cheers for that. And Edge says, tonight we face the biggest test of our lives, so we hereby accept the challenge of Kai and Tai. So it's Kai and Tai against Edge and Christian, supposedly. So Kai and Tai come out here and they look a little beat up. And Taka has a mic, and Taka Michinoku starts speaking into the mic. Nothing is coming out until a dubbed voice comes over the speakers, and Taka allegedly says, "Fools! Your interference in our match last Monday night has incurred our wrath. Normally, you'd face the consequences, but lucky for you, Funaki has developed a rash that will keep him out of action." And of course, they let us know that Funaki has a rash because Funaki's standing there scratching his ass.
He just took a big shit, too.
Indeed. What do you mean a rash that'll keep him out of action?
Funaki takes the mic and, of course, says, "Indeed." Taka takes the mic back and starts mouthing words until it says, "Therefore, because we are evil, we shall introduce you to your new opponents. Prepare to die."
No mercy.
Dude, okay. Tony, I know we say it every time,
But this is like
I
straight
can't
up.
emphasize, dude. Yeah, it's exactly what that is, Tony. I can't emphasize. If you didn't grow up playing No Mercy, you have no idea how like how it feels to go through championship mode and find out your mystery opponents in a handicap match on the fucking APA. Like, they're always gonna kick the shit out of you, man. And their music in goddamn 64-bit or whatever the fuck was is fucking crazy sounding.
Every time I would have to go to the back, go to the truck, and try to cut one off, like whip the truck, and like if I can Irish whip them to the back of the truck, then run out. I'm like, yes, here we go. I got a minute.
Yes, dude. So, okay, sometimes I would try to Irish whip them across the parking lot, but I would misjudge it, and they would run through the door, so it'd put me in the hallway, and they'd start kicking my ass. Because
No.
the hallway's so small.
Yeah, that sucks.
The APA are gigantic.
I mean, it's legit. Like, yeah, they're just the biggest bruisers in this company.
Dude, they are so big, and like everything they do has a sound to it, and they're not slapping their legs.
It's awesome. Yeah, I love Farouk and Bradshaw. This is an awesome team.
Yes.
One that we've mentioned before, but just always their in-ring style ages well because it never goes out of style to just beat somebody up. Ever.
No, that's always gonna
It's the
work.
base of wrestling, right?
Yeah.
So we get Edge and Christian versus the APA. The APA come in here and whip their ass. So
That's what we wanted.
yeah, Kai and Tai is ringside jumping up and down cheering on the APA, which is awesome.
It is sweet.
So they go for the concerto on Farouk, but Funaki runs into the ring, pushes Farouk out of the way, and then takes a standing concerto.
He was looking out for his boys.
This is like definitely one of those things where the follow-up on Heat would be like Taka Michinoku and Funaki sitting down to play cards and Bradshaw passing him a beer.
Dude, oh my god, it would have got a big pop.
I would have popped at my house. Yeah,
dude.
that's what it's all about.
That'd be fucking awesome.
I mean, that's one of the rites of passage in the WWF at that point was, do you get to sit down at the table
With the
and play
boys.
cards and drink a beer? Yeah. So ENC hit the standing concerto to Funaki, who instantly just dies in the ring. It was awesome.
Shit's awesome.
Edge chases after Taka Michinoku here, but Bradshaw ends up hitting Edge with a clothesline from hell on the outside.
Kills him.
And Farouk then hits Christian with the hardest spine buster that he could muster up. It was fucking awesome, and he wins the match.
That is fucking awesome.
So we go backstage. Vince is talking to
Staff member,
Yeah.
stage hands ish.
people
Yeah,
who
something like
work
that,
here
yeah.
for tonight.
And Vince is dressing these dudes down, and he says, "I don't care. Please just shut up. I've got my own problems, okay? I've got pressures of my own. I don't want to hear from your problems. Stone Cold just took a shit. Stone Cold took a shit." And Regal walks up and says, "Oh, I have a very important phone call." And Vince says, "Unless it's Ebersol from NBC, I'm not taking another call." And Regal says, "Oh, it's of a more personal nature." Vince gets a strange look on his face and looks at the boys and says, "Oh, well, if you gentlemen will excuse me for a moment, I'll be right back." He walks away with a big smile on his face, and that's always a good thing.
So we get an XFL commercial here. The XFL premieres on NBC on Saturday and then UPN on Sunday.
Poor XFL. They've tried this more times than they should have.
The XFL originally is crazy looking back at it. So we go backstage. Vince McMahon is on the phone And he's talking to somebody here that we find out about in just a few minutes.
He says, what's important to me is you, and I feel the same way. What's the surprise? Okay, tell me. And then he leans up a little, weird look on his face. He says, you're here in Columbus, Ohio? And then that's where we get out of there and go to Jonathan Coachman, who is backstage talking to the one Billy Gunn. And Coach says, Billy, it seems China is heeding your advice, busy outside of the ring as she ever was in. And Billy says, yeah, I know. She's keeping a positive mental attitude. Oh, fuck yeah, PMA. And the Big Show, from down the hallway, walks up in a cutoff version of the same shirt Billy Gunn is wearing.
WWF attitude.
And Big Show says,
I'll take my turn now. Hey!
The conversation didn't even involve you.
you'll get your turn whenever it's your turn. I'm talking. Big Show says, I'll take my damn turn now. And he grabs Billy Gunn and throws him into a door. And then he turns around and he grabs Jonathan Coachman's head and squeezes it like a grape. He fucking is squeezing the shit out of his head. And he says, and you, I've been gone for 6 months. I come back in the Royal Rumble. When have you asked me any questions? When are you going to ask me, Show, what's going on inside your head? He says, the Big Show's back in town. That's a new start of our show.
Big Show's been here since the Rumble.
The Big Show's back in town.
Yeah.
And Big Show says, that's bad news for everyone. Except me.
So we go backstage. No, we don't. We go to a hotel. Maybe.
Okay, James.
We go into the same bathroom that Stone Cold took his shit in. And there's Trish Stratus.
Smells like shit in here.
Hey, Vince, it smells like dookie.
Vince, there's shit everywhere. There's shit on the windows. Shit on the walls.
He's in there talking to Austin. Yeah, your shit really smells. They never cleaned this toilet. It's still overflowing in here.
The rim looks nice.
There's a plumber in there. Oh, yeah, great rim on the toilet. So, yeah, dude, James, I swore, like, I didn't understand that Vince was going to leave the building, so I thought Trish was, like, just in a different part of the building in a hot tub.
Me too. I legit thought that. That's why I wrote backstage. I thought she was in a tub backstage, and then it just hit me. She was probably at a hotel.
I didn't think of that legit till just now, and that explains what happens later, of course. But yeah, he said, "Oh, you're in Columbus, Ohio." Yeah, I'm backstage in the bathtub.
Yeah, I'm back here. I'm at work. I work here.
You got me a flight, and I got trans to the building. Like, you paid for all that already. Like, we're good. So yeah, Trish is talking to somebody on the phone, and she says that I want you to come. And she says, you know what they say? You wash my back, and I'll wash yours. And I'll
Who the
see
hell
you
says
soon.
that?
I don't. That's
You wash my back, I wash yours.
Well, good thing about that, my back is on my cock.
Yeah, so I love it. This is so old school. Like Trish with all the candles and stuff. This is in every like rom-com or any
You're right. Yeah.
any movie ever at this time.
Sure.
TV show Friends.
Yeah.
In the tub with the candles and the
Survivor.
landline phone. The landline phone. You bring the phone to the
It's
tub.
like a big gold phone, too. Like I don't even know how to explain the phone.
Let me hang up this phone. You have to put it back on the hook.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Otherwise, I'm on the call the whole time. You're fucking up my 1-800-COLLECT, man. You're running up my bill.
So we go backstage. Triple H is pissed off because he can't fight Steve Austin.
Yeah, Triple H says, Steph, Austin's already driving me crazy.
It smells like shit.
Why don't you go flush that bad boy? Steph says, it's okay. Just calm down. Austin doesn't want to lose the shot at the title, and you don't want to be suspended for 6 months, and you should focus on what you should be, the WWF champion. And I've got an idea. I'm going to go talk to my dad. You stay here. And then she leaves to go talk to her dad, which always ends up well.
So we get a Chris Jericho town hall. Jericho is here with the Girltron. That's awesome.
Got the title. Yeah, he's got the Intercontinental title. Girltron is awesome. I love this. I mean, did we talk about this set? I mean, I'm sure we talked about it before, but Ovaltron kicks ass in the goddamn...
I love this.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
So Jericho cuts a promo about how he's extreme. Did you guys know that tonight was SmackDown Extreme?
Dude, so much so...
Did you guys
James
know
Cole-
that Big Show's been back since the Royal Rumble?
So what have you, brother? So Jericho gets on the mic and says, the word of the night is extreme.
That's right.
No? And he says he's been in cage matches, last man standing matches, and even the most brutal, violent ladder match in history. I would say that Y2J knows extreme. So it's only apropos that tonight I'm issuing an open extreme challenge for this Intercontinental Championship.
An open extreme challenge. I'm like, wow, what's that going to be? Hell in a Cell?
Wow. But yeah, Jericho says, who will accept? Will it be Albert with his extremely huge cranium? Or will it be Chris Benoit with his extremely brutal gap in his teeth? Or will it be Triple H with his extremely large snozzola? I thought he was going to say something about Stephanie there. I'm actually very impressed. And then Taz's theme hits.
It's Taz!
It's Cole says, legit, Cole kind of says that. He says, it seems like someone is accepted. It sounds like the street thug from Brooklyn, Taz.
Out walks Taz in the jumpsuit.
No!
Damn.
Dude, I legit wrote that down too. I said, oh man, it's Pants Taz. This sucks. So, okay, I thought Open Extreme Challenge would mean this is a gimmick match. Just jumping ahead a little. This is not a gimmick match.
So Taz versus Chris Jericho here for the Intercontinental Championship. This is an Open Extreme Challenge match.
Right, so extreme.
So Jericho chops down Taz and goes for the arm here. Taz retaliates by hitting a head and arm Tazplex. Shit is awesome. Taz has Jericho on the announce table and screams, I'm the next IC champ. And you can hear it on the headset.
IC?
He does, yeah.
That's awesome. That's how I write my notes.
Taz gets the Kata Hajime locked in, and the ref hates this fucking move. Turns around, doesn't even want to look at it.
He's
and Jericho
off into the distance.
Yeah, and then Jericho mule kicks Taz as the ref looks the other way.
Dude, okay, I legit rewound it to fucking see, like, if Jericho did anything to, like, even just pointed to the crowd and said, hey, look! Like, anything to distract the ref. Legit, he's in the fucking Taz mission, and the ref staring at it, and then he goes, what's over here?
So, Jericho mule kicks Taz, hits the Lion Salt, gets the 3, retains the title in a Open Extreme Challenge match.
Yeah, him winning with the Lion Salt also surprised me. Not that I'm against guys like winning with other moves, but Taz can't even get beat by the goddamn walls of Jericho. I'm not tapping out, brother. That's my thing.
Yeah, probably.
You take everything from me, but there's one thing I'm not doing, brother. I'm not tapping out.
It's 2001. We're not that far removed from Taz's killer run.
No, dude, he debuted 1 year ago in legit the Rumble the year before this.
Wow.
So we go backstage. Vince McMahon walks up to a limo with a jacket and all his bags, and he is yelling at the driver to open the door.
Why does Vince bring so much to the show? What is he doing?
Who knows?
What could you fucking have in that fucking thing? Yeah, but yeah, there's no driver here. And Vince is standing at the back of the door, and he looks at the driver's side door, and he says, hey, wake up, damn it, open the door. And he walks up to the door and sees there's no driver, and he turns around and shouts into the void, where's my driver? So Vince loads his own bags into the back seat of the limo, not just the trunk. All right, that's fucking cool. And Stephanie runs up and says, Dad, where are you going? And Vince says, I got something very important, okay? Something's come up. And Steph says, Dad, you've never left in the middle of SmackDown or Raw. You've never left in the middle of Tuesday night in Texas.
Saturday night's good.
I hope you wouldn't leave in the middle of No Way Out.
The XFL.
Vince says, this is important to me. Not to worry, though. I'll be back later. Why not put Triple H in the WWF title match tonight? It'll be a triple threat match. Oh, Vince thinks for a second. You got it. All right, I gotta go. So Vince then jumps into the driver's seat of the limo. He commandeers a limo. Like, this is, you don't rent a limo service and you get to just do what you want. He steals a limo on the show on camera. Yeah.
So we have the Cat Town Hall up next. The Cat comes out here to talk about how extreme tonight's SmackDown has been.
Dude,
right?
It's so extreme. It's so fucking extreme. Extreme. So yeah, the Cat comes out and she gets so much time to talk. I don't know how long this actually was, but it felt like way longer than it needed to be. So yeah, the Cat comes out, and of course, I'm sure you're all surprised. Jerry Lawler says, Puppy! Oh my God! Something's come up for me too, Michael. Michael Cole should start punching him in the head.
He's standing up at ringside, big XFL jersey on.
We've got first blood matches. She's lost already. We've got table matches.
She said, "Are y'all thinking about watching Survivor or maybe Friends?" Don't touch
you watch
that dial.
No Way Out. But you know what? There are other ways of taking things to the limit. There are other ways to be extreme. Other ways that can be just as exciting, just as hardcore, just as exhilarating. And that's where I come in. Because everyone knows there isn't anything I want to do to get a rise out of the fans. And like, I mean, they lay this on thick.
Dude,
Lawler
okay.
says,
Any sort of subtlety goes out the window completely. It like starts like subtle, and then she's just like, I know what turns men on.
dude, and I know how to get you guys boners. You guys want boners? Yeah. And seeing as tonight is about Xtreme, did you guys know that? Hear about that?
Everyone's been
Xtreme?
talking about how extreme tonight is.
Well, the cat plans on taking Xtreme to a whole new level. I mean, like, this could have gone, obviously, many ways. It could have gone ECW style, but Matt Hardy stole her spot earlier. She was actually going to jump off the stage through a table. But sadly, all these spots were fucking taken. She's getting right to censored. I see where this is going. So Kat says, I plan on giving you and everyone at home exactly what you're dying for. And I write, holy shit, get on with it. And like James said, the subtlety is out the window here. I'm giving you all boners, and I'm going to get full frontal nude right now. Hit the music. I said, wow. Okay, man.
The
Yeah.
delivery here is so fucking funny in the way that it comes off. I'm going to give everyone at home exactly what you want. And the crowd goes, huh? And she says, full frontal nudity. Dude, the crowd is going nuts. This could have been. This is the largest pop in Ohio history for the World Wrestling Federation.
Let's go, pussy! Dude, yeah, the Lawler is legit standing up in his seat with the jersey on. Full frontal nudity, Michael! Full frontal nudity! So she starts to strip, and the Right to Censor music hits, and the fucking Right to Censor swarm her. They, like, surround her, and Cole says, oh, give me a break. He wants to see full frontal. So not only do they wrap her around with a towel, it is a Right to Censor branded towel. Like, it has the censor thing on it.
Okay, I thought that was
awesome.
very funny.
Yeah,
the Right
that's
to Censor
fucking
towel
awesome.
with the big stop logo on it.
It wasn't enough that it was just a towel. Yeah, they gotta, of course, have their branding. And Steven Richards says, out of here. He throws the cat out. He says, what is wrong with you people? And Lawler says, what is wrong with you idiot?
The fuck did you just say?
Steven Richards says, there are children in the audience. I used to blame the WWF for depraved behavior, but no longer will I let all you hide behind your ignorance. And Cole says, what right does he have to tell us that? And Lawler says, I hate him.
He has the right to censor.
Ah. Well, Steven Richards says,
wow.
the Right to Censor blames each and every one of you. And they show a guy in the crowd with a shut up stupid sign. I thought that was pretty good. And Steven says, well, my good people, if you want Xtreme, we will show you Xtreme. And it will be for your own good.
He says this very nefariously,
Yeah.
and then
Like-
nothing happens.
If he would have had like a big mustache, he would have been twirling it as he said this.
So we go backstage. Kevin Kelly is here with The Rock. And Kevin Kelly informs The Rock that Triple H has been added to the match with Kurt tonight.
Rock, of course, does finally The Rock has come back to Columbus. And Rock says, you know, dude, everyone's knowing on promos here tonight. The Rock has seen the show tonight. He knows what's going on. Fuck you, Kevin Kelly.
Yes, The Rock watches the show.
I watched it just like Stone Cold was. Triple H, you hit the jackpot when you married Stephanie McMahon Helmsley. You pulled the handle, got a Joker's Wild on the fastest, loosest slut machine the world has ever seen. Big pop from the crowd, of course. So Triple H, just like that, you got yourself a title shot. The Rock's title shot We'll let The Rock clue you in on something. For the past 2 years, The Rock has been the main event of WrestleMania. And for The Rock to do that again, he has to win the WWF Championship. And that's exactly what The Rock's going to do. So Triple H, don't worry, because The Rock will take care of you in the ring like he always does. And Kurt Angle, The Rock says he wants you to go down to the local arcade, get in one of those picture booths, take as many pictures as you can with your WWF title, tape them all together, tie them around your waist like a little belt, because when The Rock takes your WWF title, you're going to need something to hold up your pants so they don't expose your pimply, pale, hemorrhoided, all-American candy ass. Big fucking pop from the crowd. And if you smell, of course, what The Rock is cooking. Yeah, so it's pretty, I had to get The Rock on here to say something about Kurt Angle's fucking ass, of course.
Stone Cold is still in the back drinking some beers.
Yeah. He's sitting in the lockers, like he's in a locker room now. This is in the Triple H locker room. This is, I guess, with the boys, and there's beers above his head, and drinks one, reaches up, grabs a couple more beers, and he starts shaking them up crazy. And on commentary, they say, hey, you don't do that with beer. Of course not. Fucking dumbass.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to need a few more beers because next up is the Big Show versus Billy Gunn.
Wow, they set this up on this show and they delivered it. That's pretty crazy.
The man that was at the Royal Rumble, the Big Show, he's here in a WWF Attitude shirt.
Now, he only is here, James, because the match was requested by the one Billy Gunn. The Big Show is not booked otherwise.
Well, no one knew he was here.
Now you know.
So Billy Gunn rushes the ring and slides under Big Show and starts firing off on him. I thought that was cool.
That was cool. Billy Gunn looks great.
Big Show then cuts him down and keeps him down for a long time.
He kicks his ass the whole match. He does Iron Claw deadlifts to pull Billy Gunn off the mat. He's kicking his ass. Big Show hits a belly to belly in this fucking match.
I'm going to guess that Billy Gunn is not being pushed currently.
He's the one. What do you mean? Come on. He's got to have something.
He's in his push now. This is the push right now.
This is the end of it. Yeah, maybe
He's
you're
getting
right.
pushed off the cliff right here.
So Billy finally creates some space here with an eye rake, but Big Show sidewalk slams him. Big Show goes for the elbow again, but misses.
Of course. And he G's up for it fucking too. He hits the side slam, then he gets up, does a taunt, and says, elbow drop.
So Big Show misses. Billy Gunn hits a bulldog for a 2. Goes for the Famouser, but Big Show just goozles him, hits the showstopper, and wins.
Billy, the bulldog that he hit, people were like, Big Show was in position for the Famouser, and the crowd was like, oh, and he hits a bulldog, and crowd's like, ah.
All right.
Yeah, that was
why'd
weird.
you do that? You should have
And then, Big Show,
Come
I don't,
on.
it's not like Big Show, like Billy was there for the Famouser, and Big Show, stood up or anything. Billy goes for the Famouser, and Big Show stands up straight and grabs him by the neck. And then choke slams him crazy style.
So Big Show wins, and we go backstage. Stone Cold walks into Triple H's locker room again and says, heard about you got added to the match tonight. Here's a beer.
And Austin comes in and says, hey, Triple H, hey, Steph. Hey, no hard feelings, man. I'm sorry about clogging up the crapper. No big deal. No, you got that championship match. Just want to come here and wish you good luck. And you don't want the beer? Well, you don't mind? No. You don't mind if I drink a beer, huh? So Austin opens up the beer, and it just fucking explodes all over Triple H. All over his shit. And Triple H says, ooh. And Austin immediately backstepping. Hey, man, I'm just gonna leave. You got a big match, man. I ain't good today. I'm sorry, Triple H. He leaves the room.
So backstage, Kurt Angle is being interviewed by Lillian Garcia. Is that right?
I thought that was right. That felt weird to me. I guess that is how she kind of started, though, huh?
Yeah, that's right. And I guess she moved to ring announcer.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Kurt, she asked, about Triple H being added to the match and what your reaction is. And Kurt says, I was expecting it. I wasn't surprised at all. In fact, Why stop there? Why not at the Big Show? He's here?
The Big Show? Wait, when did he come back? At the Royal Rumble.
And don't you think a wrestling ring is a little old school? Why not put the match in a Shark Tank with live sharks, hungry sharks? And the only way to win is to stuff your opponent down a shark's throat and pin the shark. Wouldn't that be a hoot?
Kurt, this is not WCW.
Well, maybe I should go to WCW.
Maybe
just got bought by
I should
Fusion
go
Media.
to TNA. Maybe I go back to ECW. Kurt goes back. Where is everybody?
What the hell? So yeah, Kurt just says Rock and Triple H will leave just like the people who came to see them, depressed, disappointed, and most of all, losers. And that is for true.
So pre-tape, it shows Kane dominating in the Royal Rumble.
Dude, they put him over huge. Like, yeah, he entered number 5 in the Rumble, lasted over an hour, eliminated everybody.
He entered in at number 5 in the Royal Rumble, and JR says, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God." It's
Yeah,
Kane.
All right, yeah, that's cool. He's here every week. It's not like he just came back.
Dude.
What about the Big Show? What about me?
I returned.
just came back.
So Kane kicked Honky Tonk Man's ass in this Rumble. I thought that was awesome.
This is the one he chokeslammed Drew Carey too, right?
Oh, is that this one too?
Oh, maybe not chokeslam.
Yeah, I
I'm
think
sorry.
so.
He like
Yeah,
chases
yeah.
him off. I'm pretty sure that's this one. If it is, this is the one we watched, like for Patreon.
Sure, yeah. So backstage, Undertaker and Kane are being interviewed by Kevin Kelly, and Taker
course.
talks about seeing the sight of his own blood bringing something out in him. Or maybe it was just his brother saying you should kick somebody's ass.
Dude, that is fucking funny as shit. I don't know if the taste of my own blood reminded me of what I used to be, or whether it was Kane just flat out told me. Kane says, "Hey man, you got to get back to doing what you do best, and that's kicking people's ass. Well, tonight it's on." But Kane sat him down and said, "You suck."
It's time to kick some fucking ass.
Yeah, dude, like
The Big Show's
you're
fucking
blowing it.
back.
When the fuck did that happen?
At the Royal Rumble.
Holy shit. So fucking Taker says, "Haku, Rikishi, it's first blood. My island brothers." Hey. We're the fat boys. Get our name right. Yeah, of course. And you know what that means? It means no strategy, no holds, no pinfalls. It's all about the blood. And them two laying in puddles of their own blood, looking up at us and realizing that Kane and The Undertaker, they do run the yard. Fucking around with why are you fucking with your brother now? What happened?
Kane said, because it's SmackDown Extreme.
SmackDown Extreme.
So in the back, Haku and Rikishi walk through a random pipe and drape in the hallway. Haku is shadowboxing crazy.
Dude, he shadowboxed through the drape and almost punches his stagehand in the head.
So Undertaker and Kane take on Rikishi and Haku. Kane is absolutely fucking yoked at this point.
He is massive. Tag team first blood match as well. I don't know how many of those exist, and like in my brain, this could have been elimination. It feels like they wanted it to be with how this match ends. But yeah, Kane is massive, and they come out to Taker's theme. They come out to Rollin'. I mean, much like Green Kane joining DX, I always wish Kane, at least for one time, would have gotten his own motorcycle and came out on it with The Undertaker. That would have been
awesome.
fucking sweet.
Hell yeah.
So Taker immediately throws Haku into the steps as hard as he could.
Please, by the way, note, this is Bad Mad Rikishi.
Couldn't be any other Rikishi, could it? So Taker and Kane ping pong Rikishi with punches.
Wow, that's awesome. I wrote the same thing.
Yeah, dude, like, I don't know if they planned it to be like that, but it was awesome. Like,
Yeah, it
Rikishi
was.
just kept going back to him, and they were like, okay,
Yeah,
fuck it.
That kicks ass. That's a great spot.
Undertaker hits Rikishi with Old School, which is what I would personally do in a first blood match.
Well, maybe he claws him in the head and it busts him open.
So Taker is just throwing Rikishi's head into the steel steps at this point as Kane is beating up Haku in the ring.
Taker keeps smashing Rikishi's head off the stairs and then each time checking to see if he's bleeding and then going, damn. Just fucking hope that's me in the video games.
So Rikishi grabs a steel chair and hits Taker and Kane in the ribs with it. Then
Not
he
in the
hits
head.
Undertaker, tries to hit him in the head. Taker puts his hands up. So in return, Taker then hits Haku in the head as hard as he can, unprotected, right over the top of his skull.
It's an unreal shot. Like, I mean, Haku has a fucking lot of hair, but he hits him so fucking hard. So we see Haku get just completely annihilated with his chair, and the next thing you see is Rikishi G'ing up to Stinkface Kane.
We're on the same levels here.
Crazy.
It's like,
dude, what if he made him bleed?
Dude, okay, that's what I was fucking gonna say. Like, he rubs his ass so hard on Kane's mask that, like, it cuts his face and he starts bleeding from underneath it.
What if his ass started bleeding from the mask?
Oh, he cuts his ass.
Rikishi's ass is bleeding. First blood, match is over.
Wow, dude.
But then he rubs the blood on Kane's face, and the
And
ref thinks that
Kane's
Kane's bleeding.
Yeah, wow.
Haku came back to the WWF and then took the most egregious headshot with a chair and then bladed as fucking nuts as he could. That is insane. This is my boy.
It's a comedy level of blood because so just go back into the match, James, and we'll fucking get to the end here because so he fucking Stinkfaces Rikishi,
Right.
or sorry, Stinkfaces
That
Kane.
would be nuts.
Yes.
Kane was Stinkface Rikishi.
That would also be fucking.
So Rikishi goes to Stinkface Kane, but Kane, this is right. This is what everyone should do. Rikishi Stinkfaces Kane, but
Or
Kane.
the other way, dude.
I mean, the other way would be nuts. But Kane low blows Rikishi.
Dude, yeah, like straight up, like punches him in the balls.
And then goozles him to hit the choke slam.
Of course.
Taker then throws Kane the steps over the ropes.
Okay, what was he thinking was going to happen here? Like, he looks at Kane from the floor. He's holding the stairs. He says, Kane. And he throws the stairs over the top, and Kane has to, like, swat them out of the way so they don't fucking fall on him. Hey, what do I do? Do we catch him?
So Kane then hits Rikishi with the steps. Haku gets in the ring.
Haku is stumbling. He's stumbling bloody in the ring. The referee is having to, like, avoid looking at him because they want the finish to be both of them are bleeding. But Haku is dripping blood on the ref's shoes. What are we doing here?
Dude, Haku at this point, you can't not see the blood. It is all over his chest.
It's a mask
It is
of blood.
all over his face.
Crimson mask.
Yeah, I mean, he really, really got that one. So Taker and Kane then beat down Haku and Rikishi after, well, the ref saw that Haku was bleeding profusely.
Oh, he's leaking.
Of course, after the match, Taker and Kane continue to kick their ass. The refs come down here and try to stop them. Rikishi is now bleeding. Kane hits Rikishi's head off the steps again. He's already bleeding. And they powder, and Rikishi is smiling at the ramp, bleeding out of his head. Haku is a bloody mess. This was the most dudes rock match ever.
Okay, it was pretty fucking sweet. Like, they just beat the shit out of each other. This couldn't have been 10 minutes, right? Like 7?
Straight
like,
to the point.
Yeah, maybe.
They got
make you
right
bleed.
there. Yeah, like, and they bleed, and Haku fucking goes for it, man. He fucking goes for it, and he's bleeding crazy. But like, the shot you're talking about, James, on the bottom of the ramp where Rikishi's fucking smiling, they don't show Haku because he's bleeding too much. Like,
Rikishi
it's a
did
lot.
look awesome smiling at
He
the
did,
ramp with
with
the
the blonde.
Yeah, he looked awesome. Well, Kurt Angle's walking to the ring. Triple H is walking to the ring, and The Rock is walking to the ring.
Oh, well, I mean, those shots are awesome. I love that.
They are awesome. I love them too. So now it's time for the main event. Triple H versus The Rock versus Kurt Angle for the WWF Championship. Now this is SmackDown Extreme.
Dude, this match is so extreme. It's for the belt, and like, it's no DQ because it's triple threat, and they don't do any weapons.
So The Rock runs down and starts attacking Triple H before Kurt Angle even gets out here.
Okay, and the bell rings?
That's right. Start the match. We don't have a lot of time.
What the fuck? I was so confused.
You can't start the match till our participants are there,
I
right?
thought so,
Isn't
too.
that the rule of wrestling?
Tony,
is that the wrestling rule?
This isn't wrestling.
This is extreme.
This is sports entertainment extreme.
Sex.
Wow, they had it right there too. I'm surprised they didn't do SEX here.
Dude, I'm pretty sure Vince fired like 10 people after they did SEX and TNA. He's like, how come we didn't think of that?
It was right there. But yeah, Tony, to your point, I think on commentary they try to sell it as like, well, the match, like Kurt doesn't have to get pinned to lose the match, so I guess the match can start without Kurt in it, which is fucking insane. You need the champion
Wrong.
here.
You're just making shit up.
Triple H hits a pedigree, but Kurt Angle pulls him out of the ring and he doesn't win. He could have won right there.
Dude, they spent like the first few moments of the match, like Kurt would get in the ring, Rock would throw him over the top, then Kurt would get back in, Rock would send him back over, then Triple H closed on him over. They just kind of sent him to the floor until the pedigree.
So Stone Cold's music hits. That's so fucking funny. Stone Cold's music hits in the main.
Huge pop, by the way. Crowd goes wild.
He comes out with the cooler. He's drinking a beer. He always has the goddamn beer.
So Kurt Angle hits the Olympic Slam on Triple H, but Rock breaks it up. Steve Austin sits down beside commentary and starts drinking a beer. A couple beers.
Oh, yeah, 2 beers, what?
Rock then hits an insane hip toss on Kurt for a 2.
That was awesome.
Triple H takes the buckle in the corner and goes over to the floor.
Fucking crazy.
Steve Austin gets up off commentary and walks over to Triple H and puts a beer right beside his head on the floor.
There was also a point where Triple H climbed to the top, and I was like, this is him getting cut off. And it was, because he got distracted by Austin, of course.
So Triple H smacks the beer away as he gets up off the floor. The Rock locks in the sharpshooter on Kurt Angle. The crowd wants him to tap out. They want The Rock to win.
They pop crazy for that.
But Triple H DDTs him. Kurt hits a belly-to-belly on Triple H, but Rock hits the rock bottom on Kurt Angle. So Stephanie is distracting the ref for the pin here. So Rock gets in Stephanie's face. Then Rock grabs her, and Triple H gloms him from behind.
Ah, son of a bitch.
Rock hits the spine buster on Triple H. Goes for the people's elbow, but Kurt Angle Olympic slams him, and the ref is distracted again by Stephanie McMahon. Eject her now.
Dude, get her the fuck out of here. Have we talked about, I mean, we put over Kurt a million times. Have we talked about how great of a move the Olympic Slam is?
Oh, it's awesome. Dude,
Like,
it's so cool.
What a fucking fantastic finish. Like, that instantly made him a top guy in my eyes. Like, even when he was first coming in and like, you're a top guy to me.
I love the way that Kurt latches on to people.
There's main event finishers. There definitely is a main event. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference.
So ref is distracted by Stephanie again here, like I said.
Fuck out.
Kurt pushes Triple H into Earl and bumps him in the corner. Triple H then gets Kurt into the pedigree, but Kurt Angle low blows him.
Of course, because we need more low blows on this show. There's not enough.
Kurt then small packages Triple H, and Steve Austin runs into the ring from the commentary, beer in hand, and slams Earl's hand on the mat 3 times. Not only does the bell ring, not only do they announce here that Kurt Angle won, but Steve Austin's music hits.
Dude,
that is awesome.
Okay, so like triple threat, they didn't have to bump the ref for this low blow. And I was like, oh, why the fuck? I guess they just didn't give up. They just wanted to bump the ref until I realized, no, they bumped the ref so Stone Cold could get involved in this match and be the one to do the fucking pin. Like, wow. And he has Stone Cold's fucking music hits. And the last shot you see on the show is Triple H selling his balls.
Wow, that was an inspired matchup.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That is nuts. I mean, fun match. Fun,
I thought so. I thought so. This was 3 main event guys doing all their big stuff. So cool.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
And Stone Cold running in with a beer and smacking Earl's hand on the ground is so fucking funny.
Holding the beer that's open, beer's going everywhere. By the way, please note, it was a fast count.
It was
a fast count.
1, 2, 3.
Wow.
Yeah, that was all sanctioned. I guess Vince wasn't there, so it was okay to do this.
Yeah, I guess.
Otherwise, Vince would have came.
So.
What the fuck was that?
Oh, I'm sure he gets a rematch of some
me,
sort or something.
Of course,
right?
yeah. Of course.
Yeah, he probably. That just made me wonder. Also, where did Vince go? They faded to black, and I'm like, wait, Vince said he was going to come back.
He
never
lied.
came back.
He lied. Yeah, he's a fucking liar. Vince McMahon, the liar.
He would never leave SmackDown. Raw.
Jacked. So would you say the show was extreme, gentlemen?
There was an Xtreme Open challenge.
It was
Does
the
that
most
count?
extreme open challenge. Someone had to make it extreme, and Haku said, "It will be me."
I mean, I'm seeing that dude bleed like that, and I'm at least giving him the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, I mean, he's steamrolling Chris Jericho next week.
Why the fuck not? Well, that was it for WWF SmackDown February 1st, 2001, SmackDown Xtreme. And that is it for our show. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us for another edition of the Deadlock Podcast. Make sure to check us out on patreon.com/deadlockpw. If you like this podcast, then goddamn, you'll love our Patreon. There's so much exclusive content on there. So head on over, patreon.com/deadlockpw. And if you like wrestling and you like this podcast, well, fuck me. You'll love Deadlock Pro Wrestling. That's our independent wrestling company. We have many shows coming up. We're in Chicago, February 16th. We are in Durham, North Carolina on March 16th. We are going to WrestleMania week on April 18th, along with West Coast Pro, Prestige Wrestling, and many others for a fun time there, April 17th and 18th at The Meet in Las Vegas. And who knows where else we're going. If you want to see DPW, check out dpwondemand.com. Title Fight in Texas will be premiering this weekend, so check that out in the great quality that it is. And we will see you next week for another edition of the Deadlock Podcast.